Welcome to The Open Mic, where bold stories spark big conversations. So today, we're diving into a really powerful story. It's about perseverance, the pursuit of justice, and it spans over a decade.
It's quite a journey. Really shows a survivor's incredible courage and how unexpected twist can just completely change everything in a legal fight.
Totally. We actually came across this compelling article on people.com. It's by Leslie Cosme Torres, and it really stood out. We knew we had to unpack it with you.
It's one of those stories that grabs you.
It really is. It kicks off with an assault back in 2013, and it takes us down this long, winding road where, the initial hopes for justice, they were dashed. But then years later, something truly unexpected brings it all back. Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah, let's unpack it. It's a powerful illustration of how winding that path to justice can be, how crucial moments might get missed, only to, reappear later with significant weight.
Absolutely. So the story starts, as they said, 2013, Gettysburg College.
Right.
And the individuals involved are Shannon Keeler, who was a freshman at the time, and Ian Cleary, another student.
Okay.
The article lays out the details of a sexual assault involving Cleary and Keeler. But here's the critical part early on. Prosecutors initially declined to pursue the case.
Wow. And that decision, that leaves the survivor in such a difficult spot.
Incredibly difficult, unresolved, carrying that burden for years.
Yeah, that initial lack of action can be just devastating. You're talking potentially years, maybe a decade or more, living with that unresolved trauma without the validation or closure the legal system might eventually provide.
It really highlights the personal cost when the system moves slowly or, like here, initially not at all. But then that's where this story takes such a remarkable turn. We need to fast forward 8 years and the turning point. It came in a way nobody could have predicted. Keeler makes this just shocking discovery.
And this is where it gets really interesting, isn't it? How something seemingly ordinary, like old digital messages, could suddenly become the key piece of evidence.
Exactly. Unread Facebook messages. From Cleary.
Unread for 8 years.
Apparently so. And the content. It was chilling and utterly definitive.
Yeah, the article mentions some specific phrases.
It does. Things like, "So I raped you, and I'll never do it to anyone ever again." These aren't vague hints. They're explicit. Irrefutable, really.
That changes everything. Those messages become the catalyst, right?
Yeah.
They force a renewed look at the case.
Absolutely. They fundamentally changed the trajectory. It was like breathing new life into an investigation that had gone completely cold.
And it really underscores the power, the permanence of digital evidence. Unlike words spoken that just fade or memories that can shift over time. These messages were a fixed, time-stamped record, just sitting there, waiting. This idea of asynchronous evidence stuff that exists outside the immediate moment. It's like a time capsule for justice. It can overcome those usual limits of time passing.
That's a great way to put it, a time capsule for justice. And once that capsule was open, things actually started moving surprisingly fast, considering the years that had passed.
What happened next?
Well, there was an Associated Press investigation. The AP looked into it, which brought more public attention. And then, just weeks after those Facebook messages surfaced, an indictment was issued.
A formal accusation. So the legal wheel started turning again, properly this time?
Yes. And that indictment kicked off a 3-year international manhunt for Ian Cleary.
3 years. So he wasn't easy to find.
Not at all. But that manhunt shows, the commitment once that solid evidence was there.
And they did find him eventually.
They did. In April 2024, he was located way over in Metz, France.
France. Wow. So extradition was involved.
Exactly. The U.S. Marshal Service handled the extradition, bringing him back to Pennsylvania to face the charges. That whole process, bringing someone back from another country legally, it's incredibly complex.
It really is. It highlights the global reach justice can have, especially when clear evidence finally emerges.
And it just shows how, modern digital communication, that Facebook message discovery, combined with international cooperation, it brought this case back from the brink after so many years.
Those digital footprints, they really can transcend borders and time, can't they?
They really can. So, okay, this brings us to the courtroom proceedings in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Ian Cleary, who's 32 now, he admitted guilt, pled guilty to second-degree sexual assault.
Okay. A guilty plea.
Yes. And both sides, the prosecution and defense, they've proposed a sentence, 4 to 8 years.
And the final decision rests with the judge.
That's right. Judge Kevin Hess. He's scheduled to deliver the final sentence on October 20th.
Throughout all this, what really stands out is Shannon Keeler's perseverance, her sheer determination.
Oh, absolutely. She talked about it reflecting on this incredibly long journey. She said, and I quote, "I've been waiting for this moment for 12 years.
12 years. Just imagine carrying that, waiting that long.
And she added, "It's been a winding road, but it took many people doing what's right to reach this point. It just speaks volumes about the strength it must have taken."
It's hard to really comprehend, isn't it? Waiting over a decade for some form of validation, keeping that hope alive against the odds.
And what's also so impactful is how she's using her voice now beyond just her own case. She addressed the court directly, talking about the bigger picture, the broader implications. She stressed the need for change, systemic change in society and institutions.
What did she say specifically?
She expressed hope that, quoting again, "We can create a system where successful legal outcomes are more achievable for victims."
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It connects her personal experience to a much larger issue. It's not just about her case anymore.
Exactly. And she added something really crucial. It begins with listening to survivors and ensuring their voices are heard, even if the system takes time to respond.
That's such a key point. It's not just about being patient. It's about the system needing to be fundamentally more empathetic, more responsive from the start. A basic shift in how we support victims.
A profound point, definitely. And it's important we also mention the article highlights resources for support.
Yes, crucial information.
If you or someone you know has experienced sexual assault, you can contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline. The number is 1-800-656-HOATS-HOPE. That's 1-800-656-4673. Or you can visit rain.org.
Good. Important to share those.
So thinking about this whole story, what does it really illuminate for you listening in? This deep dive into Shannon Keeler's journey, it just hammers home the incredible resilience of survivors.
It really does.
And it shows these unexpected ways justice can sometimes eventually be served, even after so many years of waiting. It makes you think, doesn't it, about the lasting power of these digital footprints.
And the slow, sometimes agonizingly slow, but vital grind of the legal system when it finally does engage.
It also raises this really interesting question, I think. In our world now, where so much of life is online, how does this persistence of digital messages, digital records, how does it keep reshaping our idea of evidence, of accountability?
Especially for cases that might have just gone cold otherwise. Does it redefine what a cold case even means in the digital age? That's something to really ponder.
A really provocative thought to leave things on. We hope this discussion, this deep dive, has given you some valuable insights.
Yeah, food for thought.
And we genuinely love to hear your thoughts on this story. Or maybe you have other inspiring stories, ones you think would be perfect for us to dive into.
We're always looking for those compelling narratives.
You can reach us pretty easily. Just email theopenmicpodcasts@gmail.com.
We look forward to hearing from you.